A lot of football. Guess what? More football.
Yes.
Week 12 wraps up tonight. Prime time with the Niners as 7.5-point favorites hosting the Panthers. You see from Coach Yak, all but one of NFL Network's analysts are picking the Niners to beat the Panthers on Monday Night Football. I will remind people. The Panthers are 6-4 straight up as underdogs this year. Carter says, surprised it's not more split. Feels like this one has shootout written all over it. Tell you what, Joe, the bettors believe that shootout is a potential here because we've seen the total bet up from 46.5 to 49.5 pretty universally at this point in time. Both these teams are over teams. Carolina 6-5 to the over this year. San Francisco is 7-3-1 to the over in its games. So you tell me, are we getting another favorite wins dogs bark like it seemed like we got throughout the weekend across the slate, and do we get points?
Yeah, first off, it's a primetime game, which they haven't been great. Let's be honest. They haven't been great.
Last night was a dud. Should have been great on paper.
Should have been great.
Absolutely. So, woof, give me the dogs again. Hey, this is the number one pick versus the very last pick of the draft, right? At some point. So there's a lot here, but 7.5. You mentioned the line has moved. I never follow this team. This team is going over. For right now, I still kind of lean the underdog. Generally, in those situations, you take the under.
Well, this is why you want to bet this stuff when these lines come out. Because if you love the over, you would have loved it at 46. Now at 49, you may be like, I don't know. But yeah, I'm with Joe here. I think the Panthers will cover. I think they're going to lose the game, though. I'll take the Niners. Look, 27-23 feels about right.
Ooh, okay.
You know, I tell you where I'm going to go in terms of betting on this game.
Real quick before you do that, can I give you a wild trend that I read earlier?
Sure,
I know some people don't love trends. I love trends. It doesn't mean they're always applicable. You always want to use them, but they're always fun to at least acknowledge. I read this one earlier. I think Walter Football had that. Or no, this was Action Network, Evan Abrams. Since Christmas 2023, the Niners are 1-15 against the spread following a win. Worst in the NFL. Worst in the NFL.
What a nugget.
So the Niners may win, but to your point about going with the dog and covering the 7.5, that trend certainly gives credence to betting the dog.
Well, here's this actually makes me more confident in where I am betting this game tonight. I'm player props tonight. A guy like Christian McCaffrey, to still be healthy.
Revenge narrative.
Yeah, absolutely. To still be healthy this time of the year for that guy who's never healthy, He's healthy, playing well against his old team. You think he doesn't want to stick it to them every time he sees them? Of course he does. Christian McCaffrey tonight, anytime touchdown, rushing total, I'll bet over.
If you're going to bet his touchdown, you got to put it in a parlay. You're not going to bet that straight. It's like minus 350.
Are you hearing the plays? Over on rushing, over on receiving. Let's throw
put them all together.
Yes.
All right.
I'm afraid of his injuries, first off, but just to throw it in there, the Rams are on fire, and I think San Fran might need to win this game.
That's a good point.
Don't forget the Seahawks.
Don't forget the Seahawks.
That's a crowded division, man. That is a crowded division.
Although at midnight, rumor has it that Sam Darnold turns back into a pumpkin.
Yeah,
so when we get to the playoffs.
Listen, I went Seattle and Survivor this week. That felt good in Tennessee. But yeah, in a matter of time, as we get, blew it on that last drive.
Just saying.
I had them to cover. Should have covered. But with this Niners team, I think the bigger thing, the thing that makes me love them in this matchup against, a kind of plucky, spunky Carolina team, but also, in what is a super crowded division where, like, the Niners are no lock to even make the playoffs right now, just despite, sitting here at 7-4 coming in, because the NFC is so deep, more so than the AFC. The NFC is so deep, but this team, it's getting right at the right time. Defensively, there's nothing you can do about it. You're not getting Bosa back. You're not getting Warner back. But on the other side, Brock Purdy, and shout out Mac Jones, was really good keeping this team above water.
He was.
But now Purdy's back. McCaffrey, by some miracle, has been the only dude that hasn't gotten hurt for that team this year. But you've got George Kittle back. You've got Ricky Pearsall back. Juwan Jennings has been up and down, but he's playing really well over the last few weeks. Brandon Ayuk, I don't think, is ever going to wear that uniform again with what's going on there.
He's
in his
Patriot.
contract. Yeah, that would be, well, if he's not a problem, that would be fine. But that's a whole other conversation. We'll get that. I mean, we thought people wondered if Diggs was going to be an issue. He has been a model soldier here. But this offense should be.
There was a love boat.
There was a love boat. Yeah, but that was before the season.
That's old news.
Yeah, it was before the season. He's been fine.
Yeah.
He's been fine.
Ever since the love boat, he's been great.
They should go out. They should be able to score on this Carolina team.
Sure. Look, I like the Niners tonight. I like the Niners to make the playoffs, to your point. But I actually want to go off-road here. You said something that's so true. All the quarterbacks are in the AFC, but all the teams are in the NFC. When you think about it, all the star quarterbacks you name off the top of your head,
yeah, but a bunch of them might not make the playoffs.
Well, I'm just saying, but they have
Baltimore, I think, should be good now. But obviously, Burrow, who's been out most of the year,
I'm just saying,
they're not going. Mahomes may not go.
Think of how we think.
Yeah.
We think of these star quarterbacks, and those are the teams, right? Well, they're all in the AFC, but all the teams who are fighting for playoffs, and maybe the better teams, the deeper teams here are in the NFC.
And Brock Purdy was paid like a guy to be that guy. Let's see what he can do tonight.
Yeah.
Mac Jones kept him alive for a little while here. While we're on that, Matthew Stafford has been on absolute fire. Just to, again, bring it local, does this now make Stafford the clear-cut MVP candidate?
Yeah.
What would Drake May have to do, and does these injuries kind of maybe curtail?
I mean, Stafford was the favorite going into the week. I'm pulling up the odds now. I'm sure he still is, especially after what he did last night.
I think you reframe. I would answer that with a reframed question. And what I mean is, I don't necessarily think it's what Drake May is or isn't doing.
Relatively overwhelming, too. Minus 220 compared to plus 220 for
I think it's more about Stafford playing so good. Yeah. Stafford would have to start stubbing his toe a bit for Drake May and others to get into the conversation.
I think if the Patriots win the conference, we're just talking regular season.
Yes.
Get the first seed, get the first round bye, and Stafford, maybe the Rams don't win the West.
Got to stub his toe.
That's
what I'm telling you.
That's your narrative that gets you there.
If he continues, it's already over.